The idea that RTMs will bring about the death of private car ownership is taken almost as a given by many, including many very serious business media outlets like the Wall Street Journal, which has published articles like The End of Car Ownership, or The Economist's Why Driverless Cars Will Mostly Be Shared, Not Owned, or Business Insider, which in 2017 cited a study that predicted that in 15 years only 20% of Americans will own a car. These predictions are pretty out there, I think. Do any of these people have kids? Have they seen how much equipment, junk, and random stuff hauling around a human child generates? Have they thought about the logistics of moving all that stuff from car to car? No, of course they haven't. Half the reason for having a car is that it is a mobile base for you and all this stuff you don't know where else to put. Sure, in some dense cities, not having a car means a lot less hassle and an easier life, but everywhere? No way. Even in some dense but vast urban areas like sprawling Los Angeles, where a lot of the population could be served with fleet cars, for logistical and cultural reasons, private car ownership will still be desirable. Ever had an awful job and eaten lunch or taken a nap in your car because it was your only refuge? Do you keep jackets and umbrellas and other useful real-world things in your car? Do you like to listen to your own music in your car? You sometimes do multiple things in the course of a day that involves multiple packages or parcels or items, and you don't want to have to haul them around everywhere on your back like some refugee? Of course you do for all these things, because a car isn't just a transportation device. It's also a space, a location. A car is one of the few things that can be a means to a location and an independent location itself. Very often, when we're, say, talking to someone on the phone while driving, using our hands-free option, of course, with our hands firmly gripping the wheel at 9 and 3, and the person asks where we are, an entirely acceptable answer is, in the car. No further elaboration is often needed. You're in the car, and the space of the car is sufficient description about your surroundings and what you're likely to be doing. There's no reason why driverless cars can't continue this in this role and, very likely, even expand on it significantly. This is something I'll be covering in more detail later. But the idea that the rise in self-driving vehicles will mean the death of the privately owned car is the sort of idea that only someone who has never owned a car would have. The truth is that the reality will likely be a mix of shared and private cars, and the roads will be filled with a mix of human and machine-driven cars. And in this possible upcoming reality, it will still make sense to stop ourselves from thinking of robotic vehicles as cars, and to accept that they're robots. Once we free ourselves from the constraints of thinking about autonomous cars as cars, many possibilities open up. These machines could be errand-running robots that have the potential to significantly improve our quality of life. Once we realize that, since they're robots, we don't necessarily have to be anywhere near them to use them.